Well, the opposition leader says he'd stand up to Donald Trump in a heartbeat if the president begins harming Australia's national interest. Cameron Redden is travelling with Peter Dutton today. Cam, good morning to you. It's his first sit-down interview of the campaign so far, with some of his strongest language on the subject yet.
It certainly is, Pete. Labor has been looking to draw comparisons throughout the opening days of this campaign between Peter Dutton and Donald Trump. They believe the president isn't popular and that may help them electorally. Even on the day the Prime Minister called the election, he suggested that Peter Dutton and the coalition were borrowing from the Trump playbook when it came to major cuts that have been promised to the public service. Today, though, sitting down with Sky's political editor Andrew Clennell for a lengthy interview, his first sit-down of this election campaign, Peter Dutton has looked to put those comparisons at arm's length, suggesting he's more than ready to muscle up to the president if required.
Ultimately, what people want is a Prime Minister who can stand up for our country. And what they've seen in Anthony Albanese is somebody who doesn't have the strength or the backbone or the will to stand up for our country's interests. He can't stand up to China at the moment.
So you'd have a fight with Donald Trump?
If I needed to have a fight with Donald Trump or any other world leader to advance our nation's interests, I'd do it in a heartbeat. And I'll put the Americans on notice and anyone else who seeks to act against our national interest.
Even if it risks AUKUS?
It won't risk AUKUS. AUKUS will survive, there's no doubt in my mind. But I'm not going to allow the President of the United States or the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom or anyone else to walk over me or to walk over our country. But at the moment, they see a Prime Minister who is weak and flapping in the breeze, and that's why Donald Trump has been able to stand all over Anthony Albanese now. I won't stand for that.
That full interview to air later this morning on Sky News at 9 o'clock Australian Eastern Time. You will not want to miss it. It's a lengthy sit-down with Andrew Clennell, the first of this election campaign. Pete, we're beginning the morning in Melbourne here. Donald Trump casting a shadow not just over this election, but over the politics of nations right around the world. All world leaders are grappling with how to deal with Trump administration 2.0 in the White House. Of course, the Prime Minister not been able to get him on the phone for over a month now, and Liberation Day just hours away.
Yeah, seems like the papers are getting a bit more detail than the government knows at this stage too. The farmers looking at 10% on beef. We'll see if that comes true or not. Cam, thank you so much. Another planning note for us today, folks. This is next Tuesday. 100 undecided voters will be able to ask Anthony Albanese and Peter Dutton questions in the first election debate. It'll be 7:30 p.m. next Tuesday night.